Hi, my name is Kuma, and for today's episode, we're gonna talk about the misconception and the misinformation about the furry fandom in the Philippines. So, me being a Filipino furry, I have heard a lot of misinformation and misconceptualizing the furry fandom in general, and I'm just gonna base this based on my opinion and on my experiences as well for being a Filipino furry. For those who are non-furries that's watching this video, and for those who wanted to tell their non-furry friends about the furry fandom, you can go right ahead. If you have any misconceptions about the furry fandom, you can just go ahead and comment it down below. So, first one, the misconception that I heard from a non-furry is that there are no furries in the Philippines due to the weather. First off, it's true. At the same time, it's not true. There are many furries in the Philippines. Like, you will be able to see them, but they're not gonna be really obvious because we don't wear furry attires that much, like a furry tail or fluffy ears. No, we don't, because we just dress up just like everybody else, our own regular clothes, and just meet up with friends, and that's it. So, you're wondering why I said true? It's because if you're referring for fursuiters, it is true. Because there's only very few of us in the Philippines. Due to the weather, it's really hard for us to fursuit outside because we don't want to boil ourselves in the hottest degree ever, like 41 degrees in a fursuit. That's literally gonna give us heat stroke. So, why does the other countries does it? Well, for once, Philippines is a tropical country, and the heat is sometimes unbearable to different kinds of seasons, and sometimes it's bearable and sometimes it's not. So, if furs does exist, why don't we see them often, like fursuiting and everything? Well, it comes to the next step. Because we fursuiters or other furries who want to hang out with their outfits or their cosplay outfits, they have problems by knowing that the public thinks that our personas or our fursuits are basically just another advertisement for a company or an enterprise. So if we want to go to another park wearing our fursuits, people will think of it as, hey, are you part of company XYZ company or ABC company? So people kept thinking like, why do they think about that? Simple. Many mascots in the Philippines are owned by bigger companies or enterprises, and whenever they throw a big event, they always have anthropomorphic mascots with them, which makes the area livelier, right? So, in addition, due to Jollibee and even McDonald's, they all think of it that way as just another advertisement. For non-furries, we want to tell you guys we're just cosplaying as our character, as our original character, and that's it. So, why you guys are asking about the original characters? Well, I have heard a lot of non-furries whenever I go to cosplays saying like, hey, what show is your character belong to? What manga? What kind of media or anything that we know where he is so we can read about the story. Many non-furries think that our personas are actually based on an anime or we just cosplay as that character, because let's face it, there's a lot of anthropomorphic animals in some animes that are really cute and they want to see it. So to tell everyone, this is our original character. It's based on us, our representation as a furry in the furry fandom, and it's our persona. Doesn't belong to a company, even any media, even in any kind of anime or manga, unless we make ourselves our own manga. So, there is one thing people are wondering, like, if there are many furries and they always have meetups, why can't I see any furry groups in the Philippines? That's because we do have them, but we're all separated in different kinds of groups. There are other furries who have groups for artists, groups for fursuit makers and fursuiters, and musicians and writers. There are groups of furry groups that actually separate into different sections, but all of them are open to anyone who wants to join. But what about the people who doesn't just wants to make friends? There are actually a lot of social groups in the furry fandom, which you can have fun, talk with friends, and meet new furry friends along the way. And you know, someday have a fur meet with one another and just basically just hang out, make best friends and good memories in the furry fandom. And to top it all off, many people think like, hey, um, furries doesn't have, let's just say that some non-furries think that furries can do this. Furries can do 3D art. They cannot do something that's high end. You guys are gonna be in a shock. There's a lot of furries who was able to do something like this avatar and more 3D models, and even heck, they may be even scientists for all we know. There are many furries who works on a high-end job. Furries are no joke. If you ever see them, you will either think of them like just working on some basic jobs or some low minimum wage jobs, but no. Most and to even a lot of furries work their best to reach a very specific jobs they want, a very good career, and they also have, due to their creativity, they're able to innovate and create new gadgets and even new ideas for people. So, if you're wondering if furries are really smart and capable of doing that, why are they buying fursuits? Which is twice as expensive. Why not buy something? It's similar to a hobby. So, for example, aside from me being a furry, I'm a gunpla builder. I love building Gundams. So basically, if I ever wanted to buy a Gundam, if I have extra money, I'll buy that. I'll buy that unit, I'll buy that model and build it up. Similar to furries, a fursuit is basically our main hobby or our most favorite model. We have to save for it, and we also need to make sure we have enough for our daily lives. Because many furries I know are really good at managing their finances. They manage their finances so for them to get something they really want. So if you guys are gonna ask us, why not buy a car, buy a house? Because let's face it, the furry loves getting the things they have and they want to get. So all of us, for example, if we want to get something that we really wish to have, we'll get it. And I know priorities actually comes first, but furries like us, we already know our priorities. We just know how to balance it. We have everything under control. Oh, and you guys are wondering too, if the furry fandom is good, how can I join? Where can I go? Just go to just go to Facebook or Twitter, search Philippine furries, or even you can even go to the Philippine convention, which is Philifur, so you can actually talk to everyone and have them add you to their group, and so that they can talk to you. So if you're not able to meet any of the people, or you're still at house or still at home, or you just wanna try to talk with a few furry groups, go ahead. You can just contact them by visiting their furry group, and that's it. There's a lot of people that will welcome you in the fandom with open arms. And that's it. That's all based on my experience in the Philippines. And yeah, I cannot deny the hot weather. It's hilariously hot. So, next up in the video, I'll try to upload as many experiences I have in the furry fandom, and let's say just debunking all of the misconceptions. If you guys have anything you want to take away from this video, you can comment it down below, and I'll see you guys next time, and bye bye. See you again, and thanks you for watching. Bye bye.